allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Commissioner Schmidt.
Privilege here before we even begin. In honor of having you back and in support of your situation, I bought a black cap for everybody, if you'll put that on, commissioners, so we could all show a unified front. Commissioner Aaron's. Put your cap on. There we are.
Right.
Let's
Well, thank
welcome
you.
back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm gonna lose it here.
Huh?
I gotta adjust mine a little bit here.
There you go.
There we are. Thank you. I would like to just say a few words that, first of all, it really feels good to be back, particularly be back physically. As you know, I've streamlined most of the meetings the last 2 months, and to be here with fellow commissioners and others that are part of Lincoln County government is a tremendous feeling. We do an admirable task. We really do a lot for our counties, and we need to be sometimes given a little pat on the back for what we do, because we sometimes hear the other part of it more than the good parts. But anyway, I'd like to thank all of you for doing more maybe than what you had to do in my absence, and I appreciate that. And most of all today, I know I wouldn't be here without the love and support of my family and my wife, who made all the difference in the world going through. I'm anxious to continue to serve. My stem cell transplant so far has been very successful, and so I'm looking forward to moving on. And I want to thank everyone for all their cards, text messages, emails, all of those forms of communication to help me through this journey that I'm on. And I'm only hoping that good things will continue. So thank you, Commissioner Smith, for the hat, and all of you for participating in this this morning. With that being said, I bet
With
we
that,
better
Mr.
begin.
Chair, I'd offer a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. There is a motion. We have a motion and a second.
Can I, just for clarification, I think item 2 needs to come off of the agenda,
Okay.
Under consent or regular?
under regular.
I amend my motion to remove number 2 under regular.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Let's go ahead and we have to vote on the consent agenda first, correct?
No, the agenda first.
The agenda first. Kristen, call a roll.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. And now the motion. Will you read that, Kristen?
Well, we'll offer a motion to approve the consent agenda.
And I'll second that.
We need public comment.
Public comment? Okay, Kristen, a roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on then to our regular business, beginning with number 1. Paul?
Nope.
Well, Paul Anderson, Assistant Commission Administrative Officer. I have Lori Morris here from the Assistant Director of Human Services for Minnehaha County, who also provides services for Lincoln, to give a brief report.
Good morning, Commission. Lori Montes, Minnehaha County Human Services Assistant Director. Every year we put together an annual report that we submit to you all here in Lincoln County, as well as to our county commission in Minnehaha County. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes this morning to kind of highlight some of the numbers that maybe you've had a chance to see already, but just to kind of show what's happening with county welfare in Minnehaha and Lincoln counties. So, let's see if I can get this to move forward.
Just scroll down.
Scroll down. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so this slide shows numbers of applications for 2023. This combines both Minnehaha and Lincoln counties. And so you can see there were 2,592 applications for poor relief that our caseworkers dealt with. This was up from 1,800 applications in 2022, so a fair amount of increase. One of the things to note with this slide is that this covers county applications and ARPA applications. So Minnehaha County has used ARPA dollars for the past couple of years now to help pay for poor relief for some of our categories anyway, our larger ones. But this does not count South Dakota CARES apps. And so a lot of assistance is still happening through South Dakota CARES. Our staff helped with that starting in the end of 2021. We withdrew from providing assistance with those applications in January of this year. And so a lot of funding is still coming through those folks, but we're starting to see people returning to apply for county assistance that maybe aren't eligible for South Dakota CARES any longer. Maybe they've maxed out the amount of months that program can provide assistance for. That program is scheduled to go through at this time, September of 2025. So we may continue to see it offered through that time frame. That's up to the state if they would decide, of course, to discontinue that earlier. But at this point, there's no indication of that. So. Here we go. This slide just shows Lincoln County in particular. So applications for Lincoln County residents were at 98 in 2023. That too was an increase from 2022, in which there were 62 applications. And then we also divide that out by families, so people with children versus individuals and homeless families. So you can see 252 people were served through county dollars from Lincoln County. Again, this doesn't include South Dakota CARES, which is where the bulk of your applicants are probably getting their assistance through. Lincoln County applications were approved 6 funerals, 7 rents, and 3 utilities. And those, I'm assuming, were people who did not qualify for South Dakota CARES. We do refer to them first, and so whether it be Minnehaha or Lincoln County residents, they're all encouraged to apply for South Dakota CARES first to try and use those funds before we would utilize county funds. Come on, here we go. This slide just shows kind of the types of assistance that are provided and how many dollars were spent. Just kind of showing that obviously rent is the huge one. Minnehaha County also provides assistance with deposit and initial rent, and so includes some numbers from that. But you can see from this slide that South Dakota CARES in 2023 paid $1.1 million for rental assistance, and they also paid $118,000 for utility assistance. The ARPA funds, you can see we used ARPA for rent, deposit, motel, utilities, and funerals. So all of those large expenses are covered through the end of this year. We'll probably be out of ARPA funds at the end of this year, but have utilized those to cover those large expenses. Let's see, anything else from there? And then just kind of some of the smaller categories. Hospital, I'll touch on that in a minute here. That obviously has decreased substantially with the implementation of expanded Medicaid that started in July. So we've seen much fewer as far as applications for hospital assistance. This slide is just showing resources that people indicate having when they apply. And just kind of highlighting that about 25% of folks are disabled. So either in the process or are receiving disability benefits. And then about a third of people are working full or part-time. So a lot of times the people that we're serving that are requesting assistance with some of the basic needs are folks that are the working poor, basically. This slide just shows kind of the type of requests. You can see that rent, deposit for Minnehaha County, and utilities are the big budget line items that we use. The others there are just all bundled together to make the graph easier to read, but that includes things like medical equipment, gas, food, those kinds of requests that Minnehaha County assists with. So this slide on medical claims, so you can see in 2023, there was a decline in numbers. So there were 1,678 medical claims between Minnehaha and Lincoln County residents in 2023. From 2022, there were 2,514. So that did decrease, and I would guess, like I mentioned, in large part probably due to the expansion of Medicaid in July. So we saw half a year of people who probably had now applied for and been approved for Medicaid. That remains to be seen, how that will continue to affect our applications. I can tell you that for 2024 here so far, it's been extremely quiet. Our state's attorney office representative, who's now doing our applications, has only done 2 applications so far this year. So a huge decline. I'll say Lincoln County had 186 applications, if you add those numbers up. None of those were approved for payment at this point, but there are a handful that are pending, so those may be coming forward yet this year. And then finally, just showing veteran requests. This is for Minnehaha County. I don't have the Lincoln County veteran service officer numbers, but just showing that our service officer is quite busy, handled 1,262 types of requests and filed 1,398 benefits claims, and of those 393 were approved in 2023. So doing a good job at getting our veterans connected to benefits that they're eligible for and entitled to. That's all I have this morning. Any questions from anybody that I can help answer?
Any questions for Lori from this commission?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Lori, I just want to say thank you for coming here today, giving the report. Very enlightening, especially with regard to what you said about the Medicaid expansion. So thanks for bringing that forward. And I just appreciate the fact, I think this is just another example of how counties can work together to deliver services. And it just goes to show that good working relationship between Lincoln and Minnehaha counties, and some of these services can clearly be delivered on a consolidated basis. So thank you for doing this.
Absolutely, thank you.
Lori, do you see any trends developing in any of these areas? Some numbers are up, some numbers are down. What's your observation?
I think we continue to have people move into our area, right? Like lots of people from out of state moving into both Minnehaha and Lincoln County, I believe. And so housing continues to be our greatest need area, right? Affordable, accessible housing that we continue to try to meet the need for. Lincoln County has been one of those where that's growing. I know there's some tax credit units and things being built here in your county that probably will lead to an increase in requests for assistance from some folks that are needing that. So rents, a lot of it stays pretty stable. I can say just across the board, it always seems like no matter kind of what's trending up or down, our approval rate is about 30% of the requests that are made.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Since July, we've had substantial increases because of Medicaid, is that correct?
We've had a decrease in medical claims filed because people now have Medicaid, and so that will help cover their hospitalization cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, thank you. Moving on, item number 3. Kristen, would you like to read that, please?
Yep, so this is a board action to declare a surplus, appoint an appraisal committee for, and authorize the auditor to advertise for online auction of the following items from the sheriff's department: the 2017 Dodge Charger, and a 2020 Dodge Durango.
All right. Any other action that has to be done at this particular time? Do we need a motion on this?
Public input.
Yep,
I- Yeah, I
public
just,
input first.
sorry.
Go
Public
ahead.
input.
Nope, I was just gonna say, I just
Okay,
needed
yeah.
one more person for the appraisal committee.
Yeah, public input, please, on this item. If not, can I entertain a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to declare that property as surplus. And I move that I'll put myself on that committee to appoint it. And given the look in the eyes of my fellow commissioner here, Commissioner Poppins, I'll appoint him as well.
I think the sheriff and Chad are already on it, so we just need one person.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
I'll take care of it then.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all right. We have a motion and a second. A motion by Aaron's, a second by Poppins. Any discussion on the commission? If not, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Item number 4, reports from Airport Manager David Myers. Dave, good to see you this morning.
You also, Mr. Gibbon, how are you?
I'm fine,
Good.
thank you.
Dave Myers from the airport. As we move forward with the capital improvement plan at the airport, there's been an opportunity for a federal grant of close to $33 million that we're going to apply to. So I don't know how much we'll get, but we applied for that. The reason for this is because of the development of the south 20 acres that the county purchased a few years ago. And that's going to be for the development of future hangars, taxiways, and so forth like that. So trying to keep ahead of the game, we're considering the south ramp in the next couple weeks. So the bids are coming in and so forth like that, but we just want to keep the momentum going that the county has approved to do, and this is just part of that. It's a 90-day turn, so we applied already, and we should know if we're going to get any type of money for the expansion of the 20 acres in probably 90 days. And as we move forward with Senate Bill 144, that was the money that's been appropriated through the state of South Dakota airports for terminals. So hopefully we'll get our hand in the cookie jar for that also. So that's kind of the airport report, so.
Approximately how much money would we get for those terminals, or has it
Well,
been determined?
I think our grant, what we propose is close to maybe 700,000, somewhere in that. There's a proposal or kind of I would say, the plan for the new terminal building, and we just need to do some more research on that, getting some ideas from other airports, and Commissioner Poppins is part of that. And if that grant is approved, we'll make in some visits to some local airports that are probably the same size of us, and that will be more appropriate for the hangar owners and people to come in to make part of that place to go as a place for meetings and stuff like that for the airport, so.
Any questions by this commission for Dave?
No, I just want to thank Dave for giving a quick update on what's going on there. That the airport is still the busiest small airport in the state of South Dakota. People still want to keep coming there, and if the opportunity arises for more hangar space, I think it would fill relatively quickly, depending on how many hangars do become available, so.
Okay, before we take board action, is there any public input on this?
This was just a report, so no
Okay.
action will be necessary.
action at this
If
time.
the public had any comment, they are welcome. to
Yes, is there any public comment? All right, Dave, we might as well have you stay there for the next one. Board action to approve final periodic payment estimate number 4 in the amount of $35,403. Go ahead.
That's just through from LT companies, from the paving and so forth like that we've had for the north ramp construction.
If I may.
Yes.
Everything was met standards, there's no reason not to pay.
That's
so,
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this would be a normal draw request for those. Is this the final one for this then or not?
I believe it's getting close to being the
Yeah,
final one.
It could be. It is, thank you.
Okay.
So it'd be the final to them.
But you do still need board action, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any questions by this commission?
I'll make a comment that with these payments, it shows that the account is overdrawn, but in the process, we'll be recouping 90, help me out, Dave, 95, 97?
Yeah, 95 was it?
95%.
95% of those funds back once the paperwork is completed, so.
Okay. Public input? That being said, I'll entertain a motion.
I would move to approve the payment.
Second.
Motion by Poppins, second by Schmidt. Any discussion? Kristen, call the roll.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Thank you, Dave.
We got one more.
Oh, we got one more. Okay, go ahead. Kristen, you want to read that one, please?
The board action to approve payments to Helms and Associates in the amount of $118,733.94.
Mm-hmm.
If you could just say what that was for, Dave, so.
It's just through the construction of the north ramp and so forth. It's just the final touches of the payments and so forth like that.
So again, similar. If
This
there's-
is the same split, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct.
95.5.
Yep.
Okay. Motion by Poppins, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Landine. Any public input? All right, we have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes,
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes, motion carried.
thanks, Dave.
Now, Mr. Floyd.
Good morning, Terry Floyd, Lincoln County Highway Superintendent. Looking for board action to approve and award the 2024 crushed gravel bid. We opened these bids last Wednesday. We had two bidders. The first bidder was Rectangle Construction for $4.25 a ton. And the second bidder was Merlin Roy's. And they are LG Everest, Merlin Roy's. And that one was for $12 a ton. The Rectangle one was at a pit just south of Fairview. And then the LG one was up at Rowena. So my recommendation is to award to Rectangle Construction for $4.25 a ton.
Yeah, the one bid was substantially lower, wasn't it, than the other?
Yeah.
Okay, at this particular time, I guess you're entertaining a motion, is that correct?
Yes, I
Is
am.
there any questions for Terry first? Any public input?
Move for approval, Mr. Chair.
Okay. That's a motion by Smith, second by Poppins to approve. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
I'll abstain.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Motion carried. Moving on, number 8. I don't know, is Jared here?
Nope,
No, I think-
he's out on a project right now, so, we're looking for board action to approve the purchase of a compaction wheel for that mini excavator we just purchased, in the amount of $7,674.51. So, this is not a budgeted item, but for this year, but when we purchased that mini excavator this year, I think we ended up paying like $95,000 for it, and I had budgeted like $120,000. So we're looking to do with the extra money with this, we need to purchase this compaction wheel, for compacting dirt on projects, so.
There might be some people here that don't know what a compaction wheel is. Can you explain what that is?
Basically it attaches where the bucket goes, and it's a big drum with knobs on it, and then you just run it back and forth over the dirt, and it just packs the dirt. Pretty simple, so, yep. It's not one of them vibrating ones, those, I think those are, they have their place, but it's not what we need, so.
Is there any questions or comments by this commission? on this item? Public input? You said this is not a budgeted item?
It's not a budgeted item, but I do have money left over from the purchase of the mini excavator that we just purchased.
That would cover the total amount?
Yes.
Terry, maybe, do you have who you'll purchase it from?
It'll be from Butler Cat.
Okay, just for the record.
Oh, yeah, my
And
apologies.
they are available? We wouldn't have to wait to get it? I mean,
Yeah,
6
it'll probably be a
months.
month or something. So, once we place our order.
Okay, I guess any discussion by this commission, or do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Landine, second by Schmidt. Any discussion? Okay, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Motion carried. And Jared isn't here for the next one, but some surplus items?
Yes. We will be getting rid of, do you want me to read this whole resolution? Or just,
I suppose we better have a record of it.
all right. So, we're gonna declare surplus and remove from inventory the following items from the Highway Department. Item 1541 is a 2006 Sterling LT 9500 tandem dump truck, with the VIN listed here. Item 1544 is another 2006 Sterling dump truck, tandem dump truck that we'll be getting rid of. VIN number is listed here. Item 1274, it's a 1988 JCB 1400B backhoe that we'll be getting rid of. Serial number is there. Item 1560 is a 2007 Monroe truck wing. Item 1561 is a 2007 Monroe truck wing. Item 1543, a 2006 Monroe snowplow. And item 1546 is another 2006 Monroe snowplow. So we're looking, we need appraisers appointed for this. And then we're looking to put it on the public auction, the online auction, for getting rid of these. So the two dump trucks, we're gonna be getting rid of the plows and the wings that were with them. The Sanders we keep for the new trucks. And the new trucks that just went into service here about a month ago. We got them back. So we are gonna be getting rid of these two. As far as the backhoe we're getting rid of, we haven't used that thing for quite a few years. It's just big and cumbersome. And it's old, it's getting wore out. Again, we purchased the mini excavator, and to replace that, so.
When is the auction, Terry?
Whenever we'll have to advertise, didn't you say like the 20-something we go live on it?
Yep, I think so.
May 20th here, we go live, do we do them for 3 weeks?
Yep, 20 days.
20 days, so.
I'll volunteer to put myself on that with you and Jared, Terry.
That's fine.
Okay.
When you mention online auction, what percentage do they take?
0.
0? Okay, is there any other questions by this commission or comments? Any public input?
How many people do you need from the commission? 1 or 2?
Just one.
I
And
think
Tiffany.
Commissioner Landine certainly has the qualifications.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Landine. Do we need a motion on this?
Yep,
Okay.
I will so move.
and I'll second.
Motion by Schmidt, seconded by Landine. No other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's.
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt.
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Our next item, Sherry Lund.
All right, Sherry Lund, Lincoln County Auditor. Here to talk to you today about a different budget process for the Highway Department. Typically, what we do is they put the best guess that they can for projects or whatnot. What I'm proposing is that we do a 4-year average of what Terry has spent in the Highway Department. And then in May, come back, after he has, May 1st, I think it would be, after he has his bids solid and everything else, come back, do a budget adjustment, supplements, whatever we need to for his budget. So that we'll have the more accurate numbers. We won't have, like, last year, we ended up with a shortfall because things slipped through the cracks. Some years we end up over budgeted, so I think this will get the numbers closer to what they should be.
Sounds like a plan.
Do you need
Public input?
any approval on this, or is this?
What I would like to do is I'd like to get everybody to agree upon it, because you have to realize that we will be coming back in May. There will be budget adjustments and supplemental hearings that will have to be done to get the budget corrected.
And this is just for the highway department for now?
Well, he's one of our biggest budgets, so the one that fluctuates the most with bids that come in after the budget's set, so yes.
Any public input on this matter? Okay, that being said, I guess I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Landine, second by Schmidt to approve. Any comments? Any discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's,
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins,
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt,
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes. Motion carried. That being said, at this time then, this is an opportunity for public comment for those items that are not on the agenda. Do we have any who would like to speak to those? To those non-agenda items? State your name and address, please.
Linda Montgomery, Fairview, South Dakota. As a member of the public, I just wanted to take this time to welcome you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public items? Okay, at that time then, commissioners, any reports?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
today is Teacher Appreciation Day.
Ah,
And I know that's an issue near and dear to your heart for your many years of service to the education community. But I also want to give a shout out to my brother in Iowa, who is a school teacher, and my sister-in-law, and my wife, who is a higher education teacher, as well as to all the other teachers out there. They do fantastic work for us, and they prepare kids for the future, and I can tell you this, it's certainly not a job that I probably would do or be suited for, but I really do appreciate all the work that they do, and today is an opportunity for us to show our appreciation for them. So I want to say thank you to them today.
good point, well taken. Any other commissioner reports? If not, do we have any items that need to be addressed in executive session at this time?
Nope.
None. All right, well then I'll have, entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Landine, second by Aaron's for adjournment. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Aaron's,
Yes.
Commissioner Landine.
Yes.
Commissioner Poppins.
Yes.
Commissioner Schmidt,
Yes.
Commissioner Gibbon.
Yes, we are adjourned.